What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boys, Mr. HD, and your boy, Physics in the building. You already know what it is.
What
King
up?
Aka and Mr. HD in the building. We gonna talk about this amazing pay-per-view. Physics. I thought that Crown. I think we spoke about it. This is probably the best Crown Jewel we've seen. I think there's been a
Yeah, there
handful
wasn't
now.
nothing crazy that happened that was horrible that everybody's going to be talking about over the next
Right.
few
Nobody
weeks, and
died.
people didn't come out of retirement. So,
Facts. Undertaker is
I mean, they're
pissed
not at
though.
the wood. Yeah, they're not at the
He's
woods
pissed
yet
at
because
that
they
at
haven't.
that jackhammer. You know that he saw that jackhammer like, oh word, oh word, oh,
I mean,
oh,
we're not at the
it's
woods
that
yet. They
it's
haven't
that
gotten
easy.
back from Saudi Arabia yet, so
True,
we got
good,
to check
good,
on
good
that
point.
first.
Touche, my friend, touche. So we're gonna review the whole show. We're gonna talk about each match. We're also gonna tally up our predictions. Sorry we didn't get to do predictions. I ripped down my entire studio, so I had no internet and no computer hooked up. So obviously no stream. So didn't get to do the predictions, but we did do our predictions in the chat. Unfortunately, Super High got super high and forgot to get his in. So there will be a new champion. We just don't know who that champion will be just yet until we tally up these predictions. I got everybody's predictions right here in front of me. So we'll tally up those as we go along and see who wins at the end of the show. You want to talk about the first match? Physics. Well, we don't need to talk about the
No,
first match. The first match was
we could quickly
yeah,
go through the pre-show, which is
yeah.
the Hurt Business versus the Usos. The Usos win by pinfall with a diving splash from Jay Uso on Cedric Alexander, and then we start the proper WWE Crown Jewel 2021 from Saudi Arabia with a Hell in a Cell match between Edge versus Seth Rollins. And first of all, just off the bat, the crowd was bananas, and I was
Crazy.
like, from the beginning. I was like, are they going to be able to keep this up for the whole time? Because in the past, they usually couldn't. They would just stop like midway, but they were bananas the whole time. So the crowd was there from beginning to
And it didn't
end.
seem
And
like a
they,
marked crowd. It seemed like crowd that was like genuinely enjoying the show, not like just enjoying it. Like, oh, there's wrestling here.
yeah.
Like, it seemed like real wrestling fans in that joint today. I was like, yo, this is dope.
No, there was chants all throughout the night
Yeah,
for their favorite wrestlers, stuff like that. So we'll be talking about the crowd throughout the night. But yes, Edge versus Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match. Of course, they are going back and forth. Chairs get involved. Edge gets the chair, stumping out the crossbar of the chair, looking for the crossface, but Seth blocks with an elbow, trying to gouge out Edge's eye with the bar, but the Rated R Superstar blocks. Sling Blade from Rollins for a two. Baseball slide follows. A lot of back and forth. Edge crossface attempt. Seth crawling. He gets the crossbar and jams it into Edge's eye. One of the craziest spots of the night was when Seth goes onto the top rope and Edge knocks him off the top rope. He hits the cage and then falls through a table. That was just perfect
it
because
was
a lot could go wrong just hitting something and then hoping that you land
in the
correctly
right
on what's
spot.
under you. And it technically wasn't all the way over, and he had to kind of push himself off to get to the spot where he needed to land.
Facts.
But that spot was crazy, but it was not a 1, 2, 3. Match still going. Um, they put him back on the
The best
inside. We
blood
get an
money pay per
edge.
view ever.
Yeah. We get her Edge-O-Matic on the steel steps. Edge goes up the top with a chair in hand, diving elbow drop with the chair on the steel. Edge follows up with a super kick. No, Edge runs into a super kick. Seth follows with a pedigree. 1, 2, not yet. Blackout countered into a buckle bomb. Edge off the ropes. Rollins kicks out of the spear. Edge goes under the ring for plunder and pulls a ladder out. Of course, the ladder gets put into position. Tables in position. Seth Rollins sunset flip powerbomb off the ladder and through the table, but Edge finds a way to kick out. Seth goes to the floor, looking for some more tools. Back inside, he super kicks Edge down. Rollins grabs a length of chain, a steel chain. He wraps it around his boot, goes for another super kick, works, goes for a blackout, but Edge grabs the chair and hits him right in the gentleman's area.
The way he grabbed the chair and hit him in the balls was kind of creative though. Like
Yeah.
the way he grabbed it and like like had the chair straight up and like just rammed it up right in, like he was cutting him in half with the chair. That shit was pretty cool.
Edge with a basement super kick, another one. Peeling the chain off Rollins' feet, and the Rated R Superstar using the chain to put a rear chin lock on him. Segue to a wrench, assists the car face, but Edge lets it go. Edge sets up the chair, and like any good storytelling, because this all started in 2014,
Amazing.
Seth Rollins said that he would um put him through a blackout, through a cinder block, and it didn't happen. But the chair was there, and a blackout onto Seth Rollins by Edge. 1, 2, 3. Edge wins via pinfall.
Amazing
Um,
match.
I think I mean, when it comes to Edge, ever since he's came back,
That man is a beast.
quality matches. That's all he does. That's all he
Let's
can
just
do.
call it what it is. Edge is a beast. Like he's one of the old guys that I welcome back because he wrestles like he's 30. Like you know, he's basically, you know, he's still as good as AJ Styles, still puts on good as matches as all these guys like in main event. Like I don't know what to say about Edge. He was off for
No,
9 years.
I honestly
It's
believe that
impressive.
37 to probably like 44, 45 is kind of like the prime of a lot of wrestlers'
I agree with that.
career,
I
because
agree with that.
they kind of figure out the
I agree
storytelling
with that.
aspect of it,
Shawn
and they
Michaels,
kind of
Batista, John
they
Cena's
they
best year. I agree.
they find out like, oh, I don't really need to do as much as I think I need to do. Like if you have the ability to do all the tricks and all the high
Right.
spots, cool. But if you're able to do the high spots but also tell a compelling match, that's when everything else falls in place. I would
Facts.
say the only, and that's usually for WWE. Like the WWE style is for people like 37 and up.
I mean,
As
just
far as
Hulk
like,
Hogan, Macho, like all these guys were old as shit when they were superstars. Like they were all
yeah,
35 and up. DDP didn't become hot till he didn't start wrestling till he was 35. Like it's so many
yeah.
wrestlers that weren't even relevant till they were mid 30s, 40s. So good point.
It's like you figure out everything, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about in the news that a certain wrestler brings up. But
Shout out
that's
to
just a
Wild
little
Nation
teaser
in the
for that.
building. Alex and Kid get money in here. Fat J was cracking.
But like I said, super enjoyable match, and it just makes like anytime Edge wrestles, just makes me more interested to see
Bro.
what's going to be next.
But
Who's he facing
did
next?
you think that he was gonna pick Seth up and like be friends with him afterwards? I thought they was gonna like start a tag team. I was like, he looking like, all right, this is it. We did it, man. I don't know what else to do with you, dog. You ain't gonna leave me alone, are you? So let's
I,
just be
I
friends.
mean, they will be a great
A
heel team
great
together.
tag team, bro. A great heel tag team. Like a great heel tag team. I would love to see that. And to give Edge something new to do. Like I would love it.
The Rated Night Messiahs.
Hey man, whatever it is, man, I'm with it. You know, it's got to be rated something because that's just
Yeah,
what it is when it's Edge in a tag team. It's rated something. You know what I mean? So, yeah, great match to start the show.
yeah.
Oh, so let's see who picked who before everybody picked the Usos, obviously. Everybody, who did you pick, Fizz?
Oh, I picked Edge.
You picked Edge. I picked Edge, and who did Two Face pick? Two Face picked. He picked Edge. All right, so everybody's two for two right now, except for Trav. Unfortunately, he's 0 for 2. But anyways, let's go. Next match.
Next match was Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. Exactly what you think you're gonna get with this.
No, it's not. It's not. It wasn't
What
exactly. I
are you
picked
saying? It
Ali.
wasn't. Well, that's because you're a fool.
I am.
Mansoor
I'm
was not
stupid.
losing to Saudi
That was a
Arabia.
horrible pick. I don't know what I was thinking.
There's two people that are never gonna lose in Saudi Arabia. One name is Mansoor, and the other one is gonna wrestle later tonight, and I'm gonna mention him later.
True that.
But they're not losing in Saudi Arabia.
Facts.
But really good match. As I mean, it's Mustafa Ali in there. He's a great hand for somebody like Mansoor. That one, the sweeping of the leg on the outside and Mansoor hitting his back on there, like that.
Yeah, look vicious.
I would not take that bump.
Yeah.
Because you can almost kill yourself. But a lot of back and forth. Ali reverses the Koji clutch. Draper Manzor over the bottom rope. Mustafa up top. Nobody home for the 450 splash. Mazur slingshots back in. Mazur wins by pinfall with a slingshot neckbreaker. Crowd goes
Wow.
wild. But that was not it, because post match we have Mustafa Ali attacking Mansoor, and out of nowhere, a man in a karate gi in traditional Arab
This was
headdress
cool.
comes out, and everybody doesn't know who it is, but it was Tariq Hamidid, who was a karate silver medalist from this past Olympics.
No idea who this guy
Cr-
is. He looks like he would kill somebody though. That's all I
but
know. He
hey,
came out and I was like,
it
I'm
was for the
scared.
Saudi Arabia pop, because and they popped as soon as they saw him. Mustafa Ali was like, "Yo, you want to do this?" Mustafa was like, "All right, let's do this." And
Nah,
Mustafa
it
got the
went nah,
quickest
nigga.
kick,
But by the time he said let's do
in the
this, there
head.
was a foot in his mouth already, nigga. That he had the Chun Li kick. He hit that nigga with the Chun Li. That shit was fast, motherfucker. I was like, damn. Did he kick him 7 times? How his foot move that fast? I ain't never seen nobody leg move that fast, dog. That shit was amazing. And yeah, he stood tall with Ali. I thought that was a cool moment. Probably one of my favorite random person showing up and helping somebody moments that WWE's done over there. Because it's always somebody that they bring out, a local guy that comes out, makes a save for Mansoor or somebody. So I think it's probably my favorite one just because it was executed the best, So
And Mustafa wrote on his Twitter just a minute ago, 2 Muslims competed in a singles match on a WWE pay-per-view for the first time ever. The
history.
intention was simple: inspire the next generation.
History. What a hit. What a hill. No, that's what's up. That's what's up. Good for those guys, man. They doing a lot of first over in Saudi Arabia with Crown Jewel. I mean, it still doesn't cover up the fact that they're in cahoots with murderers. But hey, we got to
I
take the
mean, at
good
this
with the
point, who's
bad, I
not in
guess.
cahoots
Right,
with
the small victories.
murderers? I mean, we're in cahoots with a coverer, a conspirator of murderers named Vince McMahon.
Definitely, yeah,
So
allegedly, before they cancel my YouTube channel again.
allegedly.
So right, so yeah, pretty good match, man. I enjoyed it. Very enjoyable match between these two guys. What happened next?
We get Titus O'Neil and Natalya are in the ring with a bunch of local survivors with pink title belts, and then we move on to AJ Styles and Almost versus the RK Bro. We get Matt Riddle or Riddle. Got stop. There's no Matt in
Yep,
it.
that's his old name.
Comes out on a camel. The crowd tries to do the bro chants, but they're all over the place because it's so damn big, and I'm pretty sure the acoustics just mess everything up. Takes the camel down to the ring. A lot of back and forth until, of course, Almost gets in the ring. They can't do anything with him. It's kind of what you expect. Except we all know there's this big thing when it comes between Randy Orton and AJ Styles with a phenomenal elbow and the RKO. And it seems like AJ Styles just forgot about like not going for the elbow with the springboard, because usually when that happens, he gets an RKO out of nowhere. Tag was made to Riddle off the top. RK Bro win by pinfall with the corkscrew moonsault from Matt Riddle on AJ Styles to retain the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. Layla, what was your thoughts on the match? Can't hear you.
Another fun match, man. I thought that I like, the little fun back and forth between Randy and AJ in their recent matches. Like, almost got you. This close. Yeah, I mean, it's always funny. Just seeing Randy not be full psychopath Hill and kind of, throwing a sense of humor recently is kind of cool with him and Riddle. But the match was good wrestling. You know what I mean? Probably not my favorite match of the night, but it was a Raw match. Honestly, this was a Monday Night Raw. A good Monday Night Raw main event. You know what I mean?
So I think everybody picked RK Bro in this one, right?
Yeah, everybody picked RK Bro.
We get Becky Lynch backstage. She berates her fellow mate Kevin St. Patrick. No, it's just Kevin Patrick, for asking about momentum. It says momentum only means it hurts more when you hit the brick wall, and she's the brick wall. She knows how a triple threat works, and she's going to retain her
Yo, that
title.
promo was so amazing. Steven. Yes, Steven. I know how triple threat works, Steven. I was like, yo, she is ridiculous. I love Becky, yo. She is fucking amazing. There's a lot of amazing fucking talents in WWE. The top the top 10 people are the best in the world. Yeah, I mean, it's like some of the best in the world. Then you got everybody else, and it's not even their fault, but whatever. So yeah.
We get the Queen's Crown Finals. We have Dewdrop versus Selena Vega. It's kind of what you think it's kind of what you think is going to be, because this is how you do a match like this. Dewdrop has the weight advantage. She has the height advantage, so she should use it against Selena. And that's exactly what happens. And the only way Dewdrop loses is because she is overzealous with what she's trying to do. And Selena gets the drop, and she got the drop with a beautiful Yoshitonic, winning the Queen's crown. And I am excited to see what Queen Zelina Vega is like, because we already know she is good on the mic.
You picked her. So did you pick Zelina?
Yes.
Okay, I picked Zelina Sega Vega too. You know what I mean? So yeah, we both got
only Two-Face picked Dewdrop.
Yeah, no, Jay did too. So they both took that L.
Took them L's.
Right now, you're in the lead. You're 5-0 so far. So
yeah, but I mean, right now, that seeing where Zelina Vega goes is going to be quite interesting. We already know she's really good being cocky, so I'm excited to see what she does. And I also feel like I get WWE wants certain wrestlers to be managers and all of that, but when they come in known for wrestling and they are just decent wrestlers to begin with, allow them to wrestle.
Bruh. They wanted to make Adam Cole a manager.
Well, Adam Cole said he never had that conversation.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay, did he? That was
he
just
said
the
they
rumor?
Never talked to him about that.
Good.
But the other rumors were they bring up a bunch of things, and that was just one thing that was backstage, but it wasn't a clear thing for them to do it.
Indeed.
But it's the same thing they made. What's his name? A manager? Fuck, he's on AEW now. Well, I'm gonna get Leo Rush a manager.
Yeah, good point.
He was a good manager.
He was a really good manager, though. It works. As long as you let the manager still wrestle, it works. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he still
and
got
when
to
they wrestle, you don't turn him into a person that can't wrestle anymore.
Right, exactly. A goof that can't wrestle. Facts.
Because that's what Zelina Vega was. Whenever she had to get in the match, she couldn't really wrestle anymore.
Yeah. She just interfered with a running knee off the ring apron every match. Much.
Or Hurricanrana.
Hurricanrana, yeah,
everybody goes crazy like, oh my God, she can do a Hurricanrana.
It's like, she could do a lot more than that. Yeah, I know that, right?
No, it's the same thing with Ricardo Rodriguez. That dude was like an official wrestler.
Facts.
And he was really good. He was a vicious wrestler.
He was a great wrestler. People. Yeah, facts.
And then he got into WWE and he just took bumps.
Good shout.
Like he couldn't wrestle. And I was like, he can actually wrestle.
And his bumps were great, though. You saw how he flopped all over the place, running around with Del Rio. So, yeah, that's a great shout. That's probably the best shout.
Yeah, but when he was in FCW, like Alberto Del Rio was like his lackey. Like he was the main dude.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they had a crew, and he was the talker of the crew.
Oh, that's crazy.
And he was beating people's ass. Like
it was crazy. I wish he would have got more of a shot, man. Now we speak of it. Damn, he was definitely one person I wish would have got more of a shot. You could tell he was a talent.
But it's gonna be interesting to see where we go with that. We get a no-holds-bar falls count anywhere match between Bobby Lashley versus the person that cannot lose in Saudi Arabia, Goldberg. He's undefeated, y'all. He has another streak going. Match starts off. Lashley wraps a chain around his hand before the bell rings, but Goldberg rushes with punches. Chain assisted punches cut Goldberg off. Goldberg goes. Bob goes and gets a chair from the ringside, targeting his injured knee, leaning a table in the corner. chop blocking Goldberg as he begins to rise, wrapping the chair around his knees, stomping on it up on the second, Pillmanized. He sets Bill up against the table, charges, and nobody home. Of course, Lashley goes through the table. Goldberg managed to post up long enough to hit the spear, limps away, draws up, hits a jackhammer, but it's not over. This man is pissed, especially from everything that happened last time
Man,
during the ring.
you can't just slide past. You can't just say he hit a jackhammer, bro. Like you can't do that. Like go ahead and get that man his props because it's been a minute. Like that was the cleanest jackhammer since 1999.
This is the thing about a jackhammer. The person you doing it to also has to sizzle and also has to have a good core because we also know that was a lot of
so we blaming some of that first one on the Undertaker. Then is that what we doing?
They were both off. Let's just
you right. I agree. I think you're the first person to say that, and you're right. You're 100% right.
I think on Goldberg's part, he wasn't strong enough, and then on Undertaker's part, he had gained a little bit of weight as well, and there was no strong core to help that as well.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Undertaker definitely should take more fault in that situation, but people like to rag on Goldberg for good reason.
I mean, there's like you said, for good reasons.
Yeah.
Lashley, so he throws Lashley on the floor. Lashley goes up the barricades, goes up the stage. Next thing you know, a spear through. He's on the floor. Spear through the barricade. He's smashing Bobby's face on the announce table. Goldberg reminds us that this is to the death. Sets Lashley on the steps, trying to smash him with the other half.
You're dead.
But he rolls away.
I was just waiting on him to pull out the strap, honestly. I was like, he definitely got the strap in his trunks, don't he? He got the strap.
Bobby Lashley goes up the aisle. Of course, we get both of the Hurt Business. They come down with kendo sticks. They get knocked out. Kendo sticks are in both hands of Bobby and Bill. They're going at it. Bill breaks his over his knees, waits for Lashley to stand, spear off the stage. Of course, it is over. 1, 2, 3.
Amazing finish to the match. Except the fact that it took one move to knock out both Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. A kick and a punch. And y'all just gone. Y'all dead for the rest of the match. Y'all the worst interference of all time. Why did I hire y'all back? You're fired. Get the fuck out of here. Niggas came in here with one speck on the health bar. Should have got some power-ups before you came out there to try to help. But I thought the finish was great. Even how they set it up with them. It was all to get them all on the ramp so they could set up the spot. I hate that the tables were kind of look so staged. Like, why are those tables there? Like, who put the tables there? Like, why are there just 3 random tables on the side of the stage?
I mean, the table was almost Bobby Lashley's opponent at one point because he couldn't get it in the ring because the legs were open.
Facts. Oh, yeah, that was funny. He got frustrated. Try and get that fucking table in fucking legs. God damn it. Jones kept getting caught on her. That's always funny to me when a wrestler struggles to get a table or the ring steps in the ring. That shit always makes me chuckle because they can do it easily. It's just how they grab it, you know what I mean, or whatever. Yeah. Just at that time.
I know Edge had to get a handle of the steel steps to get in the ring. They kept slipping out of his hand at one point.
But dead ass dog, when Goldberg picked up the steps, and he didn't stumble, but he did this 1 second, right? So I was like, yo, if he stumbles back, if the stairs get the momentum or whatever, he stumbles and drops those, he's dropping those on 6 kids. I was like, somebody's going to the hospital. It's going to be an international incident. It's going to be bad. I was like,
they said
I was so
heavy.
glad he kept his balance.
What was that? I think it's Mankind said they're 40 to 50 pounds.
Yeah, them shits is heavy as fuck. So if you just pick them up too fast, you like, whoa, and, you know what I mean? It's like you drop them shits. It was them but a bunch of little group of kids right there. They're just about to land right on their heads. I was like, oh shit. My heart jumped for a quick little second there. But I thought this match was great, man. The speed of it wasn't slow. These guys went at it. Like Goldberg lived up to what he said he was going to do. He attempted to kill Bobby Lashley. He did as much as he could. He hit a perfect jacket, perfect spear on one leg because Bobby was wearing the fuck out of his leg, like you said, like he just
Yeah.
beating the shit out of his leg. And he sold like this is the best selling Goldberg's done. And like he was selling the leg even when he was connecting with the moves, like with the spear. He basically took one limp step and hit a perfect spear, like way better than Edge's. Anyways, and then he hit the perfect jacket. I was like, okay, Goldberg. I was like, all right. And then he picked him up, and I was like, okay, now I'm in. That's what you do, because he ain't even like think about a pin. Like he jackhammered him and it stood straight up. It wasn't like the fake 1-2 cover that pull him up. He ain't even. He's like, nigga, fuck a pin. So he just got up, and then the intensity ramped up from there. And yeah, I thought that Bobby Lashley might have been getting the win once Goldberg didn't. I thought it might backfire and Lashley would get the win. I did pick Roberto, so another L for me. But I was happy that to see Goldberg win because he performed well. So I wasn't mad to see him win.
Hey, when it comes to Goldberg and Saudi Arabia, he is Jay-Z because he will not lose.
Facts.
Moving on, we have the King of the Ring
Hold on, who did
finals.
you pick? Who did you pick in that? Who did you pick in that?
Oh, I picked Goldberg.
I think everybody picked I picked everybody except for me picked Goldberg. Yeah, everybody picked Goldberg. Damn it. All right, so another L for me. I'm not gonna win the
Um,
belt. So,
we have the King of the Ring finals. Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. Circling go behind, reverse to wrist lock, hammerlock. Balor reverses to a side headlock. We get a lot of back and forth. They're going at it. Overhead elbows from Balor, reverse to a small package. Only to boot up on a charge, jockey for position and a turbo. Woods with a super suplex for two. Xavier off the top, lemon breaker countered with the knees up, sling blade, shotgun drop kick. Finn goes up top, but nobody's home for the coup de grace. Um, the La Casita gets Xavier a 2 count. Insecurity follows. Headbutt, front suplex, gutbuster. Wood goes up top. Xavier Woods wins by pinfall with the limit breaker to become our new King of the Ring. The man has been asking for King of the Ring to be back for years, so he could be Mr. King of the Ring, and he has. And this means we have a cosplay King and Queen with Zelina Vega and
it's
Xavier
coming.
Woods. The nerds
The
have
nerds are
taken
reigning
over the
supreme right
King.
now. Hell to the nerds. Hell to all the nerds. All the people who watch Marvel movies and DC movies all day. All the people who buy comic book t-shirts like myself all day. All the people who enjoy everything technology and gaming like myself. Salute to all the nerds. So yes, I am. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So yes, sir. So yeah, man. The nerds. I love the fact that being a nerd is a cool thing now. You know what I mean? Wasn't always a cool thing. You know what I mean? I used to look at it like, fucking nerds. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I embrace my nerddom. Yeah, I mean, I like these things too. Nothing wrong with being a nerd. It's much better than being a street nigga, because that shit is corny in 2021. Stay out the streets, kids. Yeah, man, I enjoyed this. I thought that Xavier and Finn were gonna put on the show, and they put on the show. I didn't think it was the best match of the night. We're gonna talk about those in a minute. But yeah, I thought that it was a very good match between these two. I love how Corey Graves put over Finn Balor. First of all, commentary was amazing tonight. Michael
Yeah.
Cole, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton killed it all night. I don't know how many times I bust out laughing at their interactions. Their chemistry has come full circle at this point. But he put over Finn Balor. Like, Finn Balor don't give a shit about none of this king shit. He's trying to win every single match that he's in. Like, that's why he wants to be king of the ring, because it's the next match. And I was like, that's what's up. I like that. And it kind of made me think he was gonna win, but he didn't. My pick did win. I picked King Xavier Woods
That's
along
the one
with
I got wrong.
yeah, this is the only one you got wrong. So yeah, the only one
Because
you
I
got
would have
wrong
liked
at
him to
all.
be, if you were going to do a heel turn for Finn Balor, for him to go full heel, this would have been it. And I think King Balor would have been great. It's going to be interesting to see.
King Balor would have been interesting.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Xavier Woods being a king. Does he turn too cocky, and this leads to him
Yeah,
doing
I
some
mean, he
shit
was
that he?
already telling the cameraman what to do. I'm the king now. You do what I say. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
So it's
I'm
going to
like,
be interesting to see how both kings and queen goes with how they win. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go with this.
indeed, indeed. It was a really, really good match between these two and a good moment for the crowd. The crowd was crazy hot. Finn got a couple boos when he was looking like he might win at towards the end of the match. The crowd wasn't feeling that, so I was happy that Xavier got the win because the crowd might have turned Finn Hill. So yeah, after that we had
Uh after that, business picked up because I feel like everything was like at a 10 once we start hitting these
it
last
was
three
five blunt
matches.
matches after this. It was just
Because I thought this was just going to be a decent Raw type match, but no, it wasn't. We had the WWE Championship, Big E versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre trying to pick that championship win up in front of fans,
man.
but we go a lot of back and forths between each other. We get a belly to belly suplex from Big E, a little back and forth. The big splash connects, only two from Big E. Drew with a Michinoku Noku driver for a near fall of his own. McIntyre off the top rope, but nobody was home. Sidestep charge. Big E catches him with the rock bottom in the corner. No good. Future shock. Still no. Claymore attempt countered into a power bomb, but E has him in a stretch muffler, and this is like one of my favorite
Shit
sequences.
was
The stretch
crazy, dog.
he had him in a stretch muffler. The way Drew got out of it was fucking beast, but then another reverse out of that, which led to the big ending and 1, 2 kick out.
Kick
And
out.
I was like,
I
has
was like,
anybody kicked out of a
oh, I
big
was like,
ending?
oh my.
Because I was like, I don't think anybody's kicked out of a big ending. And I
I've
was
never seen
like,
anybody kick out of a big inning. I don't think it's happened because he hasn't fought Brock Lesnar. So, and he
yeah.
didn't hit Roman Reigns with it. So, yep.
They're jockeying for positions. They're on top rope. McIntyre with a diving bulldog off the top rope, near fall. McIntyre goes for a claymore off the ropes. But he duck under the claymore off the ropes. Claymore, then he comes back. Claymore hits that time, but Big E kicks out of the claymore. And then Drew picks him up. Looks like he's going to put him in a big ending. E slips out off the ropes, and when he was going off the ropes, I really thought because of Drew McIntyre went for the big ending that
Mm-hmm.
Big E was going to be like, I'm going to claymore you back,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, it looked like he was powering up,
I
but
hope he
no,
was
it
going
turned
to.
turned into a tilt-a-whirl. Big E wins by pinfall with the big ending to retain the WWE
A
Championship.
tilt-a-whirl big ending, though. The way he just spun him
Yeah.
around and picked him up. I was like, damn, he's spinning that dude like he a cruiserweight. Like, Big E strong
Shows
as
you how strong
shit,
he
boy.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
there was a bunch of strong men. Man, the next match is even more insane. But this match,
Yeah,
two
because
big dudes.
spot of the night for the next match.
Yeah, yeah. But these two big dudes, like Big E, we know he can move with speed, and he doesn't wrestle like Kevin Nash or somebody, the old school big guys. Like, and Drew's pretty much the same. He's a little more methodical, but these big guys have chemistry in the ring, man. These guys, they respect each other, so I feel like that has something to do with it. They're friends outside the ring. So, and Big E's just Big E, man. Big E, I feel like he can have a good match. I can't really think of a bad match Big E's ever had, honestly. Even if it's a squash match or just some funny new day, like he doesn't get in the ring and have bad. He doesn't wrestle bad at all. So Big E definitely greater than Big D. So I guess Cynthia and the
Sent him off.
earlobes.
Sent McIntyre off to SmackDown with nothing.
Nothing. Maybe he can borrow something from Becky Lynch. But let's talk about this match because this is the match I'm most excited to wait. Yeah, because there was a promo after it. Yeah, so let's talk about this match because this match was phenomenal.
We have the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We have Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Star saw Banks kicks Lynch out of the way. Side headlock to Belair, drop down, shoulder block off the ropes, leapfrog. Bianca catches a crossbody and rams Becky into the corner when she jumps on board. Fallaway slam to Sasha, knees up, forearm, sets up a military press.
Bruh.
but not any type of military
Bruh.
press because she has her with two
The
hands.
Statue of
So get it
Liberty
framed.
joint, bruh. She hit her with
And
the
then she
Statue of
puts
Liberty.
one
She was
hand
like, hold
away
up.
and has her like
But
this
then she was
and
like,
does this. She hits the Jordan.
I was like, oh.
Spot of the night.
I was like,
Dropped
I love you,
her
Bianca.
with one
I
hand.
love you, Bianca. Oh my God.
The only thing Bianca was missing was that she didn't have like a follow through. She didn't.
Right. She should have jump shot her. She
She
should have jumped. She should have said ball in and threw her over the top rope. That shit was amazing, bruh. I don't know if I've ever seen a wrestler do that. Like, I don't know if anybody, maybe they have, but I've definitely never seen a female wrestler do it. Not even China, I don't think, has thought of that. She ain't do that to Ivory, unless I'm mistaken or some shit. So.
No, this is the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen a man do it. Ultimate
Yeah.
Warrior's never done it. I have not seen anybody who does gorilla press and then just decides to one-hand it.
And then shrug, hit him with the Michael Jordan shrug. Like, yeah.
It would have been better if
just
she
what I
like
do.
looked at the camera and was like,
she should have started twirling her braid with the other hand while she's.
that would have been dope.
That would have been
That
so
would have
hard,
been
bro.
dope.
That would have been the shot of her career right there. They'd have played that in all her fucking famous video packages. Oh man, but this match was awesome. Go ahead. There's so much more to happen after that.
Lynch grabs Bianca's legs, throws Belair into the barricade. Backsat Banks takes her down into a pin for 2. Victory roll for 2. Crucifix pin for 2. They were just going, just a lot of
I don't know how you about to do this.
And forth.
All right.
No, I guess you gotta just skip ahead because there's just so much going on.
Way too much.
A lot of back and forth. When I say a lot of back and forth, that's everything that's been
back
going
and
on.
forth though. The reversals and the sequences that they were going through were things that I hadn't seen before. I was like, where this is, I texted the group chat like they're wrestling like the AEW guys. Yeah, I mean, you was like, nah, they wrestling like the 4 Horsewomen. But you know what I meant though. Like they're getting to be like innovative. Like usually WWE holds wrestlers
but that they allow them to do it. When Sasha Banks is in the ring, they kind of let. Now I feel like it's the 4 Horsewomen plus 1.
It is
because
I said
feel
that
like
the other day.
Bianca
It's the
Belair
5
is
Horsewomen.
added. Yeah, she's
it's the
added
5
in.
Horsewomen.
And they just kind of let them do whatever they want to do. It kind of feels like if there's more, like I say, if there's more than 2, they're just like, do your thing.
Question for you: have they ever been wrong?
What, for telling them to do
and letting them do whatever they want to do?
No,
absolutely not.
What was it? The Evolution with Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
Classic.
Like that's my favorite Charlotte Flair match.
That's a classic. That was one of the best. That was the pay-per-view of the year next to WrestleMania that year. Like everybody knows that, and they didn't do another one. Good job, WWE.
Because it didn't sell tickets. I was like, you gotta let it build, fam.
You gotta bitch the first one ever, nigga. Like Raw ain't selling tickets right now. You about to cancel that shit? Shut the fuck up. They be on some dumb shit. Anyways, go ahead with the match.
Sasha off the ropes. Becky follows with a guillotine leg drop, only 2. Exploder suplex on Bianca, 1 for Banks as well, covering both women for a near fall. Punching away, diving leg drop, caught by both by both Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, and they double power bomb her into the turnbuckles. Which is funny because that also happened to her husband earlier in the night.
It did. Same move. The irony.
Folding press from the balls. Crucifix follows, no dice, jockeying for position over a black backslide. Arm drag is a shoulder block, drawing her up. Rip reverse up and over Bianca with a drop kick, and she's rolling. We keep going. Bianca down, but she lands a thrust spine buster. Still no. Becky boots up. Belair gets her in the backbreaker rack. Clears Sasha. Lynch lands on her feet off the KOD, but eats a tilt-a-whirl gut buster. Big splash.
Sweet.
Knees up. Becky doubles legs her. Jackknife pin. Bridge out of it. Sasha comes over and pulls them both.
She
up.
Pulled them up from underneath. I thought she was about to flip them over like a pancake or some shit. I didn't know what she was about to do. But this entire sequence was bananas.
Yeah. like I said, you have to watch this match
It
because
was
there's just
nonstop. It
so
was
much
literally
going on.
nonstop. When one person needed a break, they get that person out, and other two would just keep going nonstop until that person. It was no breaks during this match,
Yeah.
except for the pause they do when all three of them get knocked down, so they can get the applause and shit. You got to do that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
We get a sunset flip blocked. Bianca with a delayed vertical suplex, handspring moonsault, but nobody's home. Both women have the same idea. We get a bank statement / disarm her combination.
combo
But
torturing Bianca.
yeah, Belair does not kick out. Bank throws Becky into the turnbuckles, puts boots to her. Lynch with uppercuts to fight back. Springboard kick in the corner, heads up top. Nobody home. Bank statement applied. Lynch is crawling, but Bianca breaks it up with a handspring moonsault.
A vicious one
But
too. That shit
yeah,
connected well on both of them.
yeah, kick out. Bank slips out of the corner, high knee. Match slam, pulling Belair up by her braid. She lays some kicks in. Bianca trips her with her braid, bridge and pin, but Becky breaks it up. And the way she flipped her with her braid.
Yeah, that
And
shit
this
was
is the thing. We
fire.
get to a point where if Sasha, you grab a braid, just let it go.
Yeah,
Don't hold on to it.
exactly.
Because every time you hold on to it, it doesn't work
Doesn't work out.
for you. Lynch rises to her feet, charging forearms of both opponents, corner to corner, underhooks. Sasha blocks, but Becky plants her with the manhandle slam, kick out. All three women down and out. Course, cheers. Everybody's going crazy. Bianca and Becky slugging it out, forearm to forearm. Belair gets her up for the grand slam, but Lynch rolls out of it, gets her in the ropes for uppercuts and forearms, hanging on to Bianca's braid, but Sasha breaks it up, knee in the corner, off the ropes, slide through sunset flip powerbomb blocked. And this leads to Bianca Belair flipping off the apron. They brawl into a floor tornado DDT block, lung blower blocked, and Becky flies with a lariat that takes both women out. And Becky almost ends up under the ring like she's Titus O'Neil when she did that jump. She drags Bianca back inside, drawing her up for a beautiful butterfly suplex into a cross armbar. Belair keeps her hands clasped. Lynch rolls through, disarmor attempt. Banks comes in. Becky traps her in a double disarmor, which looked horrible.
It
Looks
did.
like there
I
was
don't
there
like
was
those
no
double
pressure on
moves,
it.
double disarmers, double fucking sharpshooters. Like I hate all that shit. It looks
At least
sloppy.
the
It never
double
looks good.
sharpshooter actually looks good. The double disarmer looks like nothing.
I don't even think the double
I
sharpshooter
think it
when The
looks
Rock
better
did it,
than
it
a
looked
double
bad.
disarmer.
Well, all Rock sharpshooters look bad. Never mind.
Yeah, his legs are
Yeah,
too big.
that was never good. That was a bad example. But yeah, sometimes like Natalia could do it good. She'll lock it in
That's
good.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Natalia does it good.
she does it good. You know what I mean?
But she's one of the only people
And she's
not
dealing with
named
little
Bret
lady
Hart.
legs and shit. She's not dealing with
But
big
she's
girls.
also one person not named Bret Hart that can do the sharpshooter great.
Facts. That's facts. She does the
Even
second
Sting has
most
problems
perfect
at
sharpshooter.
times, so
Nobody else
yeah,
does it right except for her, Bret and Natalia. Sting don't even do it right. Yeah, I said it.
you're correct.
It's the sharpshooter.
Bianca posts up and deadlifts both women, but Sasha slips out, lays her out with a lung blower. Lynch with a rolling soul butt, a crescent kick, clutching her manhandle slam reverse. Belair gets up, KOD.
Beautiful.
Bank pulls Bianca out to the floor, back inside. Becky catches her. Becky Lynch wins by pinfall with a small package and a handful of ropes on Sasha Banks to retain the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, which I thought was smart because she cheated to beat Sasha Banks, keep Sasha strong. Bianca Belair could have had them win, but she got put to the outside.
Yeah, she won the match. She did everything that she could do to win the match. Sasha just outsmarted her. And Becky outsmarted both of them.
Great. Of course, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are going to have to trade belts because they're both switching at the moment. So I want more. Like, we're not done with Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch.
No,
not
we
at
need
all.
more of it. It's got to go on. Bianca still ain't got her come up. It's from 26 seconds. So,
and it looks like I'm going to say Survivor Series. We're going to do it. It's either Survivor Series or Royal Rumble.
I would say
because the thing with Survivor Series, they don't really have single. They might not do a single
it's just
match.
gonna be the Survivor. They might do the champ.
So.
She might have a team versus somebody else's team or something. But yeah, I don't. or they might have to coexist on a team together or something during Survivor. But I Survivor Series is just like a throwaway Thanksgiving pay per view to me. I don't really. It's like I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's
It's
not gonna be a. I don't know if you want to throw a rock and hide your hand because there's gonna be some big things happening at Survivor Series
you're right. You're right. This year's Survivor Series, they gonna be
because
doing
it's
some
somebody's
things.
anniversary and
Yeah,
he's
good
supposed to
point.
be popping
Good
up,
good point. Very good point. Very good point. So I think
and
he's
he
gonna
has a DC movie that he needs
probably
to
gonna be
promote for next
there. I
year.
think he's probably gonna have a match. I don't know if he's gonna win a match, but he's definitely gonna have a match. And it's always good to see him. That's why he's in the intro of the Raw show. So yeah, we'll see. Survivor Series. I'd rather see it at Rumble though, in my opinion. Rather see it at Rumble. Rumble's a bigger pay per view. One of my favorites. Top 3.
Yeah. We have now the main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship. I loved how this match started.
Yeah.
Because for Brock Lesnar, he was like, "I'm getting you in the suplex," and all I'm going to do is hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist. Try to get you in the suplex. Gets blocked. Hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist. He was like, "You're going to stop blocking with these ropes. I'm gonna keep hitting you in the back of the neck till you let go of those ropes." And once he did, it was the beginning of
Suplex
Suplex
City.
City. And we had crowds chanting Roman Reigns and Suplex City. The crowd still going nuts 3 hours in.
Yeah, crowd was crazy.
And
except for they got around and walked around too much. I don't know why. It's just regular crowds. You don't see people walking around that much. Like you see people in the best seats of the show just walking around, going to get popcorn during matches and shit. I'm like, sit your ass down, man.
Let's talk about Roman Reigns' biggest, because to me, this is his biggest suicide dive he's ever done. I've never seen this man get so much air. He was almost in the front row. If Brock Lesnar did not grab him, he would have went into the front row.
You saw the concrete. They pushed the ring apron back, or the ring, the little ring on the
because he hit it. He hit the barricade.
Yeah, ran into the barricade.
I was like, and he got like usually when he does it, he's like he lands like chest first. He got up so high that he turned.
Yeah, and hit him with his shoulder, like shoulder to face, like.
I was like, Jesus, like, I don't know what got into it. He had some fresh legs. I don't know what was going on, but that man was up there.
You know what was going on. You know what was going on. You can't call 174 dudes your little brothers and then come out and not perform. I'm just saying. You can't do it. You better have one of the best matches that you've had all year. Yeah.
He rolls Brock Lesnar back inside, hits him with a spear. Brock Lesnar kicks out. He calls for the Superman punch to the calling for Superman punch, staggers the Beast, hits him with another one. Lesnar having trouble getting back to his feet, but the big dog howls, but Lesnar leaps the spear and Roman goes face first into the turnbuckle. Both men down and out. Brock with a German suplex, another one. Fireman's carry, F5 can't keep. F5 can't keep the big dog down. Dragging Roman Reigns up again. F5 reverse into a guillotine choke. Lesnar gets him off. Tries to fight out, but Reigns keeps the choke locked in. A spine buster breaks the hold. Has him up for another F5, but Roman crashes. When he hits the F5 this time, it goes right into Charles Robinson. Lil Nate dies on contact. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Charles Robinson. And then we have a callback bump because this was a thing that Brock Lesnar did years ago. He picked up Charles Robinson like a basketball, drops him, and that man just rolled out the ring. Charles Robinson is out for the rest of the night.
He's done. He got a concussion from being picked up by his belt.
And now the other storytelling begins. We have Paul Heyman on the outside. Both men are down. And
so good.
He's like, you know what? He was like, Paul Heyman just throws the belt in the ring. It's not clear to who, but it's like, you know what to do.
I was about to say, you got to explain it though, because they was both like staring at the camera shot was like from the ring side, and they was both like perfectly centered in the camera or perfectly spaced out in the camera. There was a perfect spot in the middle for him to toss the belt, and he got some good ass aim. because that shit wasn't an inch left or right towards one person or the other. It was directly in the middle of both of them. And he was like, he didn't look at anybody. He looked at the belt and said, you know what to do with it, and then just turned his back. And it was like, wait
Yep.
a minute, who is he talking to? Oh, I don't know who he's talking to. I'm going crazy. Who is he talking to?
Both Brock and Roman looking in each other's eyes. They grab the belt. They're tugging for it, which is
Oh, man.
also a callback. Do you know what this is a callback to?
No.
Do you remember that very bad promo that ended like a Raw where Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are in the ring and they both have the belts in their hand and they're both like doing
Oh,
the tug
yeah,
of war?
yeah. Oh, wow.
That was
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh,
that was the
wow.
callback to that.
Wow. When they I think they went off air with them doing that.
Yeah, they went
And
off
everybody
air with
was
that.
like, yo, what the fuck? Right. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
While they're tugging, warring, the Usos slide into the ring.
Why WWE
They
booking
lay-
like it's a Marvel show? Like they booking like it's long-term booking. Yeah, I finally figured it out, motherfucker. Good job.
Usos slide into the ring, lay Brock Lesnar out with a super kick. Reigns lays Lesnar out with the title. Referee slides into the ring. Roman Reigns wins by pinfall with a lateral press to retain the WWE
That ref definitely
Universal
teleported
Championship.
from another dimension because that nigga came out of nowhere. I was like, wait a minute, where was he at the whole time? Wait,
Oh, I mean, that's the thing, because if he wasn't a ref and if it was Charles Robinson, we would have seen Charles Robinson do his famous run down the long ring and then slide into the
you got to see the Charles
slide
Robinson
into.
run. I don't even know what to call that.
And then the long slide into the joint, and then
Right, like a baseball player diving in the second. It's like nigga, one day you gonna dive and run right into the ring apron. You just head first, right?
yeah.
Oh man.
Bloodline stands tall, pyro everywhere, and Lesnar tries to catch his breath while he's in the ring, looking pissed off. And we know we will not see this man again till Royal Rumble.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
So we tally everything up. What does it look like?
You got one match wrong. I got 3 matches wrong. Jay got 2 matches wrong, and Two-Face got 1 match. Nope, that's wrong. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me double check that. I think I forgot to Edge, RK Bro, Mansoor. Oh yeah, he did pick the Usos. Okay, and man, yeah, okay. So yeah, you and Two-Face are tied. No, wait a minute. Which match did you get right? Did you get wrong?
I got the King of the Ring one.
And which one did he get wrong? He got the
Queen of the Ring one.
Queen of the Ring. Oh, okay, so it was a no title match. Yeah, everybody got the same amount of points. So you and Two-Face are co-champions currently. We're going to have to find a way to break that. I hate fucking ties. So we're going to find a way to break that here in the next coming week or so. We're going to have to look at some stats or something and pick one guy to be the champion. But congratulations to you two for picking, doing a great job predicting the show. Shit, you're probably the one that I'm most shocked about. Like, you could have definitely got a perfect show. You'd have just picked Xavier. I don't know, picking against.
I was going storylines.
Yeah, you should have just went with your heart, bro. Go with your heart.
In my head, it was Xavier was. I could have.
Like, I thought what you thought too, but I was like, nope. Picking Xavier. I don't care. Fuck that belt. I was like, I'm picking Xavier. So. Good job to those guys. Jay got 2 matches wrong. He got both of the king of the ring and the queen's crown wrong. So everyone did good except for me. But that's okay. I'll be back. The boss will be back. You're damn right. So it was a great show. I thought we didn't have a match under 3.5 blunts on the show. The pre-show, whatever. But everything on the main show, 3.5 blunts and up. We had a couple 5 blunts match. The best match of the night, ladies triple threat.
Yeah,
easy. Ladies triple threat. It would be a toss-up after that. There was too many other good matches. The main event, Big E, Drew, Seth, Edge. It was just too many good matches. There were a bunch of 4 blunt matches that you could all group together. But the ladies held it down tonight. They got like 30 minutes. It felt like the longest match as well, or maybe they just did the most with the time they had. But
I can tell you exactly.
Yes, Trav vacated his title. He forgot to send in his predictions. For some reason, he was texting us results from New Japan show for some reason while we were sending in our predictions. But hey,
So, do you want to guess what the longest match of the night was?
okay, let me guess. I would say Hell in a Cell.
Correct. 27 minutes, 40
It's always
seconds.
the longest match. That's the easiest question you could ask me. It's always the longest match.
Second longest match.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's Sasha, the triple threat, right?
Correct. 19 minutes, 25 seconds.
Yeah. And then the main
And
event
the
was
third
probably
longest.
after that.
Nope, that was the fourth longest
The fourth,
match.
okay.
The third was the WWE Championship
Big E and
match.
Drew. Makes sense. Yeah, that's how it should go. That sounds about right. You can't give the ladies, less time, especially as 3 of them. They got to get all that stuff in. So that's perfect. And it was only like 6 or 7 matches. That's perfect paper. Or no, it was 9 matches. But
yeah, it was 9 matches.
It wasn't. It didn't feel like 9 matches though. 9 matches is like a WrestleMania. That's like feels like a 5-hour show normally, and it wasn't. It didn't feel like that. It was very enjoyable. I got through it. Maybe it's also because I was watching it at noon. Maybe that helped a lot. It wasn't 7 or 9 p.m. or some shit. I wasn't sleepy already and high as fuck, so that probably helped a little bit. But you got any news you want to report? Should we do the news? You got any news?
Yeah, I got news.
All right, cool,
I got a bunch of news.
All right, cool, guys. So we gonna take a 4-minute, 20-second break, and we gonna come back. Physics and myself gonna talk about all of the news coming out of the pro wrestling world today. I hope you enjoyed Crown Jewel as much as we did. I thought it was one of WWE's best pay-per-views this year so far. Surprisingly, I hope that blood money is spent well. So we'll be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching another WoW Review Joint.
We coming for you, nigga. 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 We coming for you, nigga.
Really?
We coming for you, nigga.
Really?
We coming for you, nigga.
Really?
We coming for you, nigga. We coming for you, nigga.
Mikasa Sukasa. You Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Look like Eddie Guerrero, man. You like to watch wrestling?
Yep.
Have you ever watched wrestling? On weed? That's the way to see it, man! It's what?
got signed? Who got released? Who's got heat backstage? Want more pro wrestling news and rumors? Tune in for another Wow News Joint.
Oh, nope, I didn't. I was like, did I? I don't think I did, but we can fix that real quick. We got the homie Physics back in the building. We're going to talk about all the latest news, rumors, and updates in the pro wrestling world as we always do. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Wrestling on Weed for a Wrestling on Weed news joint. This October, what's today's date? 21st? Something like that. 21st. So, Physics, let's talk about the news, man. What's going on in the news world today?
Today we're talking about the updates to who's number one on the first women's PWI 150, some G1 results and surprises, and a little bit more. But let's start off with that because Bianca Belair is
It's
number
lit.
one.
Let's go.
The first ever PWI women's 150 list has had their top five revealed, and the list will be topped out by a WWE star. On oral sessions with Renee this morning, PWI's Kristen actually revealed that WWE
Fire.
Bianca Belair will be number one in the PWI Women's 150 list. She was joined in the top five by World Wonders, Ring Stardom's Yatami, Impact Wrestling Deonna Purrazzo, and AEW stars Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Thunder Rosa. Belair's the
Top
14th
five?
wrestler. Yep, that's the top
Wow.
five.
Okay.
Belair is the 14th wrestler to be ranked number one on the PWI's 150 list, joining Awesome Kong, Mickie James, Michelle McCool, Madison Eagles, Gail Kim, Cheerleader Melissa Page, Nikki Bella, Charlotte, Asuka, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Bayley, and receiving the honor. She's also the first wrestler to be named number one in the women's 150. From 2008 to 2018, PWI's list only featured the top 50 women's wrestlers, then switched to top 100 in 2018. This is only the latest accomplishment for Belair in a stellar 2021. The 32-year-old began the year by winning the 2021 Royal Rumble, followed it by defeating Sasha Banks in the main event of Night 1 in WrestleMania 37 to win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. She held the belt for 4 months until running into Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, and she put on a banger today at Crown Jewel.
Indeed,
Do
she
you
did.
believe Bianca Belair is deserving of that number one spot?
1000%. Like, there's nobody even close. She deserves all top five spots. I'm sorry, because none of the other four ladies were even close to having the moment that she had at WrestleMania this year, and just her moments overall, like everything that she's done over the last year. I think she deserves that number one spot. She has the brightest future, I think, out of all the people that were named, along with Britt Baker. But in ring, Britt Baker can't touch Bianca Belair. Yeah, I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's not even remotely close. So she's just head and shoulders above the rest of them. Now, if you ask me, I think that top five is fucked up because, okay, Becky not going to be there. Of course, she been gone. Charlotte not going to be there because everybody hates her. Okay.
And she was gone for most of the
And
year.
she was gone for a lot of the time too. You're right. That's facts. But Sasha? No. Like,
I mean, she's also been going in and out as well.
she's been in, but she's.
I'm gonna
she
guess
hasn't
she's
been
gonna be in the
gone
top
that
10.
much.
But you think about Deonna Purrazzo, she's been
I think
holding
Deonna
Impact down
Purrazzo
the whole
deserves her
time.
spot. She deserves to be mentioned.
Dr. Britt Baker is one of the biggest things.
Britt Baker's
at
they
AEW.
the other four were there. They should have been like 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It should have been Bianca, Sasha, and then the rest of them. Yeah, I mean, that's what it should have been. So, but no, I have no problem with the top five. All those women are
I
phenomenal.
won't be surprised if like Bianca Belair is 6. That would not surprise me.
If she was what?
6.
If they would have listed her 6th?
No, I think she's probably going to be 6. If they're the top 5, she's probably number 6.
Oh,
Sasha Banks.
yeah, facts. Oh, Sasha, I'm tripping. I thought you said Bianca. Yeah. I would agree with that. She has to be. Like, who else would it be, honestly? Unless there's somebody in another promotion we don't know about. So yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with the list. I like the list. Bianca's at the top. I'm a little salty. Sasha isn't there. I think she deserves to be up there, but it's top 50, so I'm sure she's on the list somewhere. So, yeah, I'll have to delve into that full list at some point.
Yeah, they probably should be releasing it in the next week or so.
Good.
For our next story, Okada reigns supreme, but not in the way you think. The stage was set for the final match of the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax Tournament to be another classic. It was Kota Ibushi versus Okada in a battle of multiple-time G1 winners. Ibushi won this year's A block with a 7-2 record and 14 total points. Okada won this year's B block with an 8-1 record and 16 total points, and clinching the tiebreaker over Jeff Cobb. Ibushi was trying to win his 3rd consecutive tournament, but it wasn't meant to be. He couldn't finish Okada with his Kamigoya. So he instead went up for top rope for a Phoenix Splash. Okada moved out the way, and Ibushi landed on the ring mat. Ibushi's right arm, possibly shoulder, was injured on impact, and the referee stopped the match after checking on him. Ibushi held his arm while leaving the ring and being assisted to the back. This appeared to be a legitimate injury rather than a planned angle. So Okada was declared the winner of the G1 Climax 31, which means he will now be challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 16 in early January.
I would love to see him at WrestleMania.
So there's that. It's not how I plan to go. We're not sure if Okada was supposed to win or if it's supposed to be Ibushi again. So we see. Hopefully Ibushi's injury is not that serious.
Yeah.
And we get to see him. But the biggest surprise of the night was Shibata. He came out and was like, "Yo, I want to wrestle." Zack Sabre Jr. now with muscles because he's no longer the little skinny guy anymore.
Yeah, got a little swole. I was like, okay, I haven't watched Zack Sabre in a minute, clearly, because I saw the clips.
He's been eating protein, nothing but protein,
hella protein
and broccoli.
That's what's up.
But he asked for a UWF rules match. It was a 5-minute time limit draw. And post-match, Shibata got on the mic and said, "Next time you see me in a ring, it will be a proper match," which makes me think he got hell from Kenta, because remember Shibata was Kenta's man when Kenta came back, and then he turned on him to join the Bullet Club. Yeah. So I'm guessing Wrestle Kingdom Shibata versus Kenta, because he has they're going after it. They're gonna have to go after it between each other. So it's gonna be beautiful. It is going to be beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, the G1's been pretty good this year. So, I mean, we get matchups that we want. That's the best thing about it. You know what I mean? So, and no one really loses when they take a L in this tournament. It's all, everyone gets the rub, as they say. So.
Yeah. So for this next story, I want your opinion on this. Okay. Carmelo Hayes believes promos are more important than in-ring action. NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes has immediately retrained his brain to focus more on promos and character development rather than just in-ring storytelling. During his recent appearance on Busted Open Radio, he stated, "Before I got here, I always wanted to tell stories in a ring. I wanted to do it through my moves. Now that I'm here, I realize you can get so much more out of promos. I'm realizing now that the wrestling doesn't matter as much. It truly doesn't matter as much. They don't tell you that elsewhere. But when you get here, you realize that you can get more out of one live promo than 3 matches of 15 minutes each, in which you do all your high spots. I really retrained my brain since I got here. So 100%, I'd rather just talk for a whole month and not defend my championship at all before having a banger of a match with someone worthy." What's your thoughts on his thought process?
How many build-up matches do boxers have before a fight?
None.
Okay. How do they build to fight?
Talking.
Do they make millions
Promos.
Do they make millions of dollars?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think he's right. Like I don't
And,
like I don't. This makes perfect sense. I've said it 100 times. Like I don't care if you're a great wrestler. You know what I mean? If you can't talk and entertain me, I could go watch boxing. I can go watch MMA. Like what the fuck? If you can't entertain, it's pro wrestling. Nigga, I watch it because it's funny and it's entertaining and it's emotional and there's stories and it's like a soap opera with men fighting. You know what I mean? It's like and women fighting. It's like that's why we watch it. We don't watch it just for the wrestling, but the fact that the art form of pro wrestling and the in-ring pro wrestling is so beautiful. It's basically watching a circus act. Yeah, I mean a physical circus act where people actually try to hurt each other, and you know that's just makes it even better. But without the promos, it ain't shit. I don't care. It's just people flipping around. Honestly,
I mean, that's the Attitude Era.
yeah, facts.
The Attitude Era
All
lived
promos,
off of
all terrible
promos.
wrestling, all promos. It's like
But
mad terrible wrestling. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, only good wrestlers. And they were in WCW.
they
It was
tried their
bad.
hardest to get Billy Gunn into
Right.
title pictures and
Right,
stuff like
facts,
that. And it was
facts.
like,
They were
why?
like, get this guy, even though no one likes him. Get him in the title, please. We got to make him a
Dear
star.
God, it's Billy.
Sean isn't gonna be here forever, guys. We got to do something. Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah,
bad.
The Rock
Yeah.
ended that with a promo. Ended that man's run with a promo.
Done. Over. Sorry, Billy. It doesn't
Dear
matter.
God.
Classic. Oh man.
Oh no, but I totally agree. I mean, one person you could look at who doesn't do good promos, but he's great in a ring. Like he doesn't even do decent promos. Is Kenny Omega? I feel like if Kenny Omega's promos were as great as his wrestling, he'd be one of the biggest guys in the world.
He'd be the biggest guy in the world.
What helped him so much was like promos did not matter in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was really the in-ring action and the storytelling told by the commentators.
Different audience though.
It's a different audience. You watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, you're really watching it for the wrestling and the storytelling in the ring.
The crowd
not
doesn't
really
even cheer or anything. They're just, you know.
And like there are some good promos, but it's like if you're not a native Japanese speaker, you're gonna miss a lot of the stuff. And even with the English, especially with Kenny, he was so a comic book villain.
He sounded so nerdy. It sounded weird. It still sounds weird, but now it's like douchebag weird. So it's kind of working for him a little bit more. But he's never been good at it. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
He's never been good at cutting promos.
But then you see somebody who, you know, is just now like hitting a stride of like some really good wrestling matches. Dr. Britt Baker, who's like having just really matches, but when she gets on that mic,
all character work.
Everybody's behind her.
Don't need to see her wrestle until a pay-per-view. That's how it should be. That's how you keep people fresh. Like just let them talk shit and have like melees with people and shit. I don't need to see the match before the match. Yeah, I mean, let's do a championship contenders match. No, bitch. I don't need to see the match before you give me the match. That's stupid. It's like, what are you doing?
And now Roman Reigns, his character development, mostly talking in the ring.
Yeah, facts.
And then when he puts on the match, it's a good match.
That's it.
And he walks
Edge,
on out.
Seth, all these dudes are great at cutting promos. Sasha, Charlotte, all these people, Becky, they're all good on the mic. If they weren't, they wouldn't be the stars that they are. Period. Roman
and
Reigns
that's why the 4
was the same
horsewomen plus
wrestler
one
in the
are always
ring.
successful because they know how to talk on the mic. And Bayley had an issue with that, but once she turned heel, she was good to go.
She realized it. She realized how important that shit was. Stone Cold Steve Austin broke his neck, became a bigger star than he had ever been before. You know what I mean? And didn't have to wrestle a match for a year. Like, let's be clear. The most important element of professional wrestling is being able to entertain
and
people.
even Stone Cold would tell you his best wrestling happened when he was a Hollywood blonde and he was younger and he was jumping off the top ropes and doing drop kicks.
We all know that, though. He was great.
He was like, I was a great wrestler then. He was like, but then I got hurt and I could only do so much stuff. So I had to be very economical about what I did.
The worst punches in WWE history, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Him and The Rock had some of the worst moves of all time. They're the 2 biggest stars of all time. The Rock, the people's elbow is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life in wrestling. Stone Cold's Luthez press rabbit punch. What is this? You can't punch nobody like this with the inside of your hand and not even connecting. This is Stone Cold. I'm like, nigga, I can't. What is you doing? You supposed to be I can't, but I don't care because it's stone cold. The glass break. I'm losing my mind. It is what it
The
is.
storytelling made you believe that a people's
That's
elbow
it.
wasn't finisher.
That's it. That's it. The rock bottom is not a finishing move. I'm sorry. If it's not a finishing move.
It's a finishing move when he does it.
It is. That's what I'm saying. You're right.
It's
So
like
is
Shawn.
the
It's like
people's
the
elbow.
super kick and Shawn Michaels. Everybody does super kicks, but if Shawn Michaels does it,
That's the end
it's
of the
a
match,
finisher.
nigga. It's over.
He's the only one that has the power.
The only
to
one.
super kick the
The
soul.
only one doing the perfect amount of squats, nigga, to where
Yep.
nigga got the perfect quad muscle to hit the perfect super kick. That's why he's the only one that calls it sweet chin music, nigga. Nobody else
Yep.
can use that name. Everybody else is just a super kick. So be clear, Dolph Ziggler.
Different
so,
match. Different moves. Different moves.
different moves. It looks the same. It's different moves.
But let's do some quick hits and get out of here. In addition to being a WWE
Jay,
superstar,
first of all, hold on before we move on. Jay, Hulk Hogan's leg drop. If you let a 300-pound dude drop their leg on your neck and tell me it doesn't hurt, then all right. It's not the same as the people's elbow. Let's be clear. It's not. I
will tell this
it
story
looked
though.
basic.
I did when I was young make somebody pass out from the people's elbow in middle school.
Yo, you ain't shit, bro. What the fuck? How did you hit him in the chest that hard?
No, he was laying stomach down, and we're in PE, and I just came above him, my friend
No.
Muhammad, and I put the leg over, and then I dropped it
No.
right in the back,
Oh no.
and he was like, and then I got up, and everybody was like, Muhammad,
Did you
get up.
break his
Get up,
spinal
Muhammad.
cord?
Get up,
Oh my
Muhammad. And
God.
he was out.
Did-
And like the teacher was so far away that she wasn't paying attention to what's going on. So like they were smacking his face, and then he got up and I was like, "Yo, man, you good? My bad, man. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to hurt you."
Oh my God, you almost killed a dude with the people's. That's why they say do not try this at home, kids.
I've heard multiple
physics is the
people as a
reason.
kid with certain moves. I heard a kid's nose doing the pedigree
Oh my
in
God.
elementary school.
Yo, you was wild. Physics taught us don't
Sharpshooter
try this at
somebody-
home
sharpshooter
commercial
my
like kiss
cousin.
my ass. I'm trying all this at home, nigga. got me fucked up. You ain't had no
Was I
little
was
brother or
super
sister, did
skinny.
you, nigga?
I was
Goddamn.
super, nah, I'm the only child. I was super skinny, so these elbows were sharp. So I was like,
Right. I'm like,
cut
damn,
through
you
'em.
would have tortured your siblings, nigga. Goddamn. Oh man, that is too funny, man. What we got for quick hits today?
Sasha Banks is known for her portrayal as Casca Reeves in the Disney Star Wars series The Mandalorian, but she said this past week that she will not be returning as her character. She won't be there for season 3. So it was nice seeing
Boo.
her there. So, but she's gone for the next season. WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan has dealt with a number of health conditions over the last few years. Unfortunately, Wednesday morning, his wife Deborah shared that something had sent him back to the hospital for emergency surgery, but she shared an update that his surgery was a success. He gave a thumbs up. Oh, so everything's okay.
Good
Wish
for him.
that man the best.
Facts.
After announcing on Tuesday that their breast cancer awareness merchandise will benefit Susan G. Komen, AEW received criticism on social media,
Whoops.
with many pointing out CM Punk's 2015 tweet
Whoops.
saying Komen is a scam. What Culture notes, AEW since deleted all references to Komen in promotion of the merch, but hasn't commented otherwise. They should know that by now that Susan G. Komen, most of the money that goes to them goes to promoting Susan G. Komen. It does not go to
I'm sick of
breast
companies
cancer
getting that
research.
much money
If
calling
you
themselves
want to send to
nonprofits.
breast cancer research, there's actual places where it's like breast cancer research and all the money goes directly to there and not to just the promotion of breast cancer research. Like
First
it
of
needs
all,
to go to the actual research.
The idea of a person or a few people having a company and calling it a nonprofit when they have no other source of income is the most asinine thing in the world. I don't know how people get away with it all the time, but how are you paying your bills if you're not profiting or making any money from this company? You got to be taking something home, my nigga. Some of
Yeah.
them donations is going to your bills. Otherwise, you homeless doing charity, which makes no sense. Yeah, I mean,
And that's the
so
thing that when these they have to show where the money goes, and when they
right.
showed where it went, it was like it did not go to it was like 5% went to breast
Yeah,
cancer
it's like
research.
y'all fucking
But
around.
there's I think it's like the what is it, breast cancer research foundation, like I can't remember the name, but like 95% of all funds go to actual research.
Right.
Susan G. Komen is not it. They're the biggest names, but that money only goes to
It's
promoting
because,
Susan
but
G.
it wasn't,
Komen.
they're the biggest name because they also have done a bunch of shady shit, like try to
Yeah.
sue people for using the ribbon logo and different things like that, which is why which is an asinine thing. If you're trying to unite people under a cause to save lives, why would you try to sue someone for using a ribbon? It's the most asinine thing of all time. Is a nigga, you can't sue all elementary schools. They've been using ribbons since history, nigga. Which you it's like, I don't understand how that's a thing. We made the pink ribbon for cancer. We're the only ones. Like, God, you savage as hell, my nigga. That just goes to show what type of people are running these companies. We all been, what's the word, hoodwinked online or whatever, finessed online, and Susan G. Komen been finessing people for years, but they're not the only ones. I'm glad that CM Punk pointed them out back then, and I'm glad that AEW took down whatever they had up, even though they just reposted it without the Susan G. Komen shit, but didn't say that they weren't actually giving the money to Susan G. Komen. They just took Susan G. Komen shit off, which I'm a little skeptical about. So CM Punk was like, we'll figure it out, guys. We're working on it, but he doesn't own the company, so who knows what kind of deals they got. Yeah.
For whatever is worth, Shotzi and Knox worked heel against Natalya and Tamina on this past house show, so that might be something in the works. Something that might be very cool to see is Deonna Purrazzo told Fightful she and Britt Baker are interested in working together in AEW and Impact as a tag team.
Who?
They approached their respective bosses, Scott D'Amore and Tony Khan, about it.
You said who?
Purrazzo and Dr. Britt Baker.
Ooh, a tag team?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. But see, I don't think they need it though. They're so good as single stars. I think that might dim that, but they would be so dominant. They would just bully everybody on the microphone, and Deonna would beat everybody up in the ring, and then Britt would just put on the lockjaw. It would not be fair. I don't think that would be fair. They can't be a tag team. That wouldn't be fair. It's not. That's two of the top 5 women in the world. It's like literally. I'm not just saying that facetiously. They're on the list.
And AEW already has trouble trying to find somebody to beat Britt Baker.
Yes, like the hell. Like you need to match her up against Deonna, if anything. Like a tag team, nah, man. I don't want to see that. I'm saying it would be awesome, but it would only be awesome for a short amount of time. It would get boring quickly because there's nobody unless Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Power Trip 2.0.
Yeah, that's what it would be like, and that sucked because no one could beat them. You know what I mean? So it was like, Stone Cold and Triple H. You put the top 2 people in a tag team. What does anybody else do? Lose. Shit, that's it. Oh, man,
After a
next?
nasty fall during the triple threat on Tuesday's NXT, Toxic Attractions JC Jane was taken out of the match and helped to the back. Wrestling Observer's Live's Brian Alvarez says Jane underwent a CT scan and the results were normal, but her status for the women's tag title ladder match at Halloween Havoc is still unclear. Glad that she's okay. Hopefully she could be in a match, but at the end of the day, her health is the number one thing. Ringside News claims there are those backstage on SmackDown who aren't happy that Becky Lynch is going to Raw and Charlotte Flair is coming to the Blue brand.
Yeah, apparently people actually don't like Charlotte backstage. So
they're like, damn, she should have stayed at Raw.
Fucked up.
Although others have said last Friday's night's ratings were a hot topic backstage at Raw, Shane Helms and Ringside News claim that that's not the case. The Wrestling Observer knows that the feeling among WWE brass is that they just need to ride it out, and AEW will burn out like WCW did.
I mean, that's a bad plan, but if Tony Khan keeps doing what he's doing, it might actually be the future. So if Tony Khan shuts the fuck up, then that's a bad plan. They not going nowhere. It's too good of a product. But you become a douchebag, people might just stop watching your shit just because they don't like the fact that you're on. Thankfully, he's not on TV. I think that's what he has over Eric Bischoff. I'm sure you're about to talk about that, but that's what he has to. That's what he has.
Oh no, I'm not gonna talk about it, but we all know.
Okay, well let's talk about that then.
Me and Trav kind of talked. We told him,
yeah.
Did
There's
news
been
last
some
week that he probably should shut up,
right? There's
and
been
not
some
talk
retorts.
so much.
And Tony Khan came back with, you're the one telling me this. It's like,
but I mean, if anybody's gonna tell you this, maybe it should be the person that failed at one point.
I mean, I'm with Bishop.
Be like, I talked too much at one point, and look what happened to me. I'm just trying to get ahead of it.
I'm trying to help you out, bruh. Like, I did it to myself. I'm trying. That's like smart people learn from the mistakes of others. Yeah, I mean, it's like.
Yeah, Tony Khan said his statement was laughable. He said, I was amused by Eric's comments, and I like Eric when we were together, but this is the ultimate example, I think, of glass houses in some ways, knowing how Eric conducted himself when he was the president of WCW. And really, he did ask for head-to-head competition. I think he said publicly, I should be going for that. But I don't decide when the shows are on. This time slot, we had looked at a couple of different time slots, and that was the one they thought would do well, and I was pretty supportive of it. But, yeah.
I mean,
but it's just you constantly keep mentioning WWE.
That's it. So exactly. This just shows how immature he is. Like, you can't, just because someone failed at something, like the fact that someone failed at something means that they should be able to give advice on it. Those are the people who should be able to give it. Definitely be able to. Like, how many people start 20 businesses before one sparks off? Who you go take advice from, them or the person who started one business and got lucky? Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna get more fucking valuable advice from the person who tried to start 20 businesses and failed and figured it out eventually. Yeah, I mean, I think that's Eric didn't figure it out eventually. Like, he obviously moved on to, work for Vince at one point, but it's like he tried and failed. He had he was the king of wrestling for 82 weeks, I think, 82 or 84 weeks, whatever it was, and then blew his bag. He blew his bag. Nobody else. Gave the wrestlers too much control, got too arrogant, was a douchebag, blew his own bag.
Once AOL got involved, they were like, "This wrestling thing we don't need really this shit." And that was it.
We don't even watch this shit. Ted watches this shit in his underwear in his basement. We don't watch this shit.
And Ted gone, so we're good.
Right, get him. We good on this shit. So, yeah, I think Tony is just he's dropping the ball with how he's behaving. He's like a 16-year-old boy with the wrestling company. Like, with, like his dad bought him something and it's better than what everybody else has, and he's just like rubbing it in everybody's face. Like, dog.
And this is the thing.
Good.
Everybody talks about the WWE is its best when it has competition, but they forget when WWE has competition and they're their best,
they step
nobody can really fuck with them.
That's it. Like, if you push them to when they're gonna have to go find Stone Colds and make Triple H's and Rocks, and nigga, you gonna play yourself. Like, just, they giving you talent, just do something with the talent they get. They help you. Basically, you're a WWE B, nigga. They gave you a company. Let's just be honest. Most of your champions came directly from their company not even that long ago.
Your first two
world champions. First two long reigning first year and a half of world champions was WWE guys. Just left last week. So, you can only be so arrogant, my nigga. Because if those guys weren't like, yeah, we fuck with Tony Khan, what would Tony Khan be? You know what I mean? He's already taken control from all the VIP, EVIPs or whatever. So I think he might be getting a little too big for his britches. It's okay to take advice, even from people like Eric Bischoff. That's all I'm saying.
The first two World Heavyweight Champions and the first two TNT champions.
And the first two TNT champions. Facts. Brody and Miro. Facts.
No, facts. Cody and Brody were the first two.
Cody and Brody. But what about Miro?
Then Miro.
And
Miro was
three.
Next. So they've had three, yeah.
Three. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. All WWE guys for the champions. The only ones was Nyla and fucking Britt Baker and Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, the women's championship, there's no WWE people.
Yeah, there's no WWE women. Yeah. So, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Tony needs to chill out. He needs to chill out. What else we got?
Last thing I have was Give Me Sports claims Montez Ford's recent main event singles match with Roman Reigns was something of a test to see how he will hold up, and he got high marks for his performance. There are apparently big things in his future, which makes me think, because if you see when he first got to the Performance Center, he was big. Like he was like stocky.
Yeah.
And then he lost all the weight to become the high flyer he is. If they have talks of him possibly being like a, like I said, if there's
No,
big
don't
plans in
say
there,
it. Don't
I
say
wonder
it.
if he's
Nope,
gonna
nope,
I wonder
nope,
if he's gonna try to
nope,
bulk up
nope,
again.
nope, 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 nope. Don't need a Zack Sabre junior situation.
Zack Sabre bulk up again?
Yeah, I don't need that right now. I need Montez to stay Montez. He's too athletic. He's too good in the ring. Maybe you want to slow him down a little bit. Maybe he could put on a little muscle, just a little bit. But and then you don't need to do two. He's already got an 8-pack. You know what I mean? He's got $1
Yeah, he'll
million
get
face
bigger.
and look.
He'll add
Yeah,
20 pounds more muscle and just have a 6-pack.
yeah,
He'll just
yeah.
lose those two.
Yeah. It could work. Putting on a couple extra pounds, couple protein shakes, a little bit of extra chicken, ain't nothing wrong with it. As long as he does the right way and it looks right and it doesn't take away from his athleticism, which I don't see it doing. He's so young. I think he'll be fine if he bulks up a little bit. I just don't need him to be looking like the Rock, the current Rock. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is.
Yeah, and that's our news for today. Only thing I got to say is, hey, if you check out my social medias, you see I'm doing a lot of things. I got the lab videos on all of my
Those are dope
YouTube,
videos too. Yeah.
physics.com, and next Wednesday, new music for the Halloween season. So
Oh
look
yeah?
forward to it.
A whole
Yeah,
project or a single song?
just a single, but
Single,
there's gonna be a
okay.
lot more music coming.
Is it
So
Halloween themed?
yes, it's Halloween themed.
Yes. All right. I'm in.
All I'm
I
gonna say
love
is
themed music.
watch for the hook and farewell to the flesh. That's
Let's
all.
go. Let's go on this Cool Breeze shit. Hey man, listen. It was a good show today. Crown Jewel was awesome. It's always fun to be able to review a show right after. We don't do that anymore because I need to sleep. So having Crown Jewel in the afternoon was pretty cool. We will see you guys again on Thursday to cover Rampage and SmackDown. I had to make sure. Dynamite's on Saturday again. But yeah, we'll be here locked in, me and Two-Face, on Saturday. Rampage, SmackDown, king size review joint. You already know how we do. And until then, we will see you guys later. Appreciate everybody in the chat. T-Rav, we did not do you dirty. Nobody told you to tell us about Shibata. You should have been sending in your picks. Where everybody else was sending their picks. He talking about Shibata is back. We like, nigga, Becky Lynch. Nigga was typing and not reading. All right? But congrats to Physics and Two-Face, co-champions currently until one takes out the other. We're going to have a Squid Game situation here, fight to the death. So see you guys on the next one. Hold on, Trav calling in. What Trav got? Oh, I ain't got the overlay. Sorry, Trav. But yeah, see you guys on Saturday. Peace.
Remember, Jamal Khashoggi.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram @WrestlingWe, and thanks for watching.